When selling your house, it's vital to check out what else is on the market so you can stay ahead of the competition.
I would prefer my house over both of the houses I've seen today.
So I'm giving 3 homeowners the chance to do just that by snooping around each other's properties.
This house needs SOS help.
Who'd have a fish tank in your kitchen?
Once they've seen the competition, they'll make changes to their house in the hope of attracting a buyer.
This is very big.
Good, isn't it?
Yes.
What are you thinking?
No.
Today, there's a mountain of mess to clear.
Makes me feel better about my house.
People will not see past the clutter. And I serve an eviction notice. This is effectively one giant rabbit hutch. But which house will our buyers like the best? You don't like it, do you?
No. Oh, wow.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Today, I'm in Waterlooville in Hampshire, helping 3 homeowners who are all hoping to sell their houses to buyers Amanda and Ian. They're hunting for their first home together with their 2 children, and with property prices up nearly a third over the past 5 years, it's not the easiest of places to buy. So guys, tell me in a nutshell what you're looking for.
Minimum 4-bedroom house.
Right.
Preferably main bedroom with an ensuite.
Right.
And my preference is double garage.
Okay.
And lots of parking.
It's such a bloke thing that I
Yeah.
want places to put my cars. You've just had a baby as well, haven't you?
Yes,
Congratulations.
thank you.
so I guess bedroom space is important, but I guess family living space is also quite important, isn't it?
We've got quite a big kitchen at the moment, haven't we? So we spend an awful lot of time as a family in there, and we socialise quite a lot. But it's important to have our own space as well.
Do you have that gut instinct when you go into a house that you think, oh, actually, this could be it?
You do.
Oh, I do, don't I? Yeah.
That's such a girl thing as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we've walked into some houses, haven't we? And I've got as far as the hallway and gone, I don't want to live here.
We'll be fine. This is going to be a walk in the park. For their first home together, Amanda and Ian have a budget of £370,000. I found 3 homeowners with properties that are right up Ian and Amanda's street, but there is room for improvement with all 3. First, we have teacher Don and his wife Barbie. After many happy years in their 4-bed detached house, they're looking for more space for their 3 children, Don's 2 children from a previous marriage, and their grandchildren.
I do think that, to be honest, a first impression coming in here might be that we have got a lot of stuff. But I think if somebody's coming in here serious about buying a property, they will be able to look beyond that.
Not only that, they'll also need to look beyond Don and Barbie's very personal style in decorating.
We're quite traditional. We tend to agree on what we like and don't like.
We don't go for the bright oranges and the purples, bright purples. But then we do like colour. We just need that right person to walk in the front door and see what a wonderful place this is.
So it's a full family home with the 4 bedrooms and the large kitchen that Ian and Amanda are looking for. It's the cheapest of the 3 at £309,950. Our next seller's a kitchen fitter Mike and his wife Bethan, who's a nurse. They've kept the decor in their 4-bed detached house deliberately low-key.
It's a really pretty house from the outside. It's kind of chocolate box type house. It's very neutral, our house.
It's got plenty of space. The one drawback is the garden's quite small. It's a modern house, so you're lucky to get a big garden.
Inside, there's plenty of room for their family and 2 rabbits. Yep, 2 rabbits.
We've got 2 house rabbits that initially were quite contained but have now taken over one entire room of the house, and that's something that we recognise is probably an issue, and I think the main focus is going to be the rabbits' room. We need it to be immaculate, really.
Mike and Bethan's low-key home has a good-sized kitchen diner and a garage, which should satisfy buyer Ian. It's on at £360,000. Our final seller is accountant Rachel and her boyfriend Matt. During the 10 years she's lived in her 4-bed detached house, she's extended out and up.
Love this house because there's so much room. Over the time, doubled the size, put a loft conversion.
The house has been on the market for a year, but Rachel hasn't had a single viewing. She fears it may be down to a few areas that have got a little out of control.
My life is quite hectic, obviously, with 2 children, run my own business. So keeping a house up together is always on the back burner, really.
I'm really keen to get this house sold because I'd like us to get a house where I can put my mark on it and we can maybe, you know, hopefully move in together.
Rachel's 4-bed disorganised detached house has the space that buyers Ian and Amanda are after, including a large open-plan living area and good-sized loft room. It's priced at just under £350,000. So it's Don and Barbie in their full family 4-bed, Rachel and her disorganised detached house, and Mike and Bethan and their rabbits in their low-key modern home. Before I show them to Amanda and Ian, the sellers get to snoop around each other's properties to work out what changes they need to make to their own homes. The first house to be sussed out by the opposition is Don and Barbie's. Don and Barbie's property feels like a wonderful, happy home, and they've worked hard to create a space that works for them. But the decor and layout may mean that potential buyers are struggling to reimagine the house for themselves.
There's nothing special about it, but it's a nice house.
Yeah, it doesn't jump out at you as you go past it, I don't think.
It's got the driveway, looks nice from the outside.
It's looking promising. How about inside?
It's
cramped.
Cramped, yeah.
Too much, I think, for this room, definitely.
I didn't really get a nice feeling as I walked in.
Well, it's people's taste, isn't it? Yeah. And obviously this is what this family like. They'll probably go into our lounge and think, God, this is just
empty,
beige and boring and no sense of personality.
Onto the conservatory.
Very nice, very nice.
I'm not keen on orange, but that's their taste, isn't it? So,
I'd say it was more peach.
I think it's the paint would be the first thing that I would change. Just more natural colours, I think.
Ooh, you surprised me, Bethan. Scared of colour? Surely not.
Whoa, tunnel vision.
It's just long and thin. You've got no space.
I guess they've made the most of the space they've got, but I feel quite claustrophobic in here. I wouldn't be drawn to buy a house with a bedroom like this, I don't think.
This house is the cheapest of the three at £309,950.
I think that's pretty well priced, I think.
I wonder if ours is maybe on for a bit much now. If this is on, I don't know.
The difference between my house and this house, the price reflects it. So, yeah, I think it's a fair price.
So, after a good look around, neither set of rivals seem worried by this house. Let's just hope they're not getting complacent. Next, it's Mike and Bethan's house. Mike and Bethan have got a flawless family home, but upstairs, those bare walls could do with an injection of colour and life to make them really stand out. And there is a certain rabbit room that most buyers can't forget.
It's nice room, but too white for my liking.
Nice and light room, isn't it?
It's a nice size.
Let's hop across the hall.
Oh, wow.
Handy little space, isn't it? You could have music and
yes,
a desk in here and a rabbit.
I think the thing that would put people off is worrying if they can get the smell out of the room, because I know animal smells can linger.
They're right, furry friends can be hair-raising.
This is a nice size
Very
master
nice.
bedroom. Yep.
Not enough colour again.
It's
All
an
I'm
impact.
going to remember is every room's white.
Blank canvas is one thing, but you're starting to go towards not having enough character to be memorable enough.
Yeah.
There's a very fine line.
And the muted colour scheme continues into the bathroom.
Not a fan, and once again, just too white.
I don't like carpets in bathrooms.
It's a bit more character, though, doesn't it?
This is white rather than magnolia.
The neutral decor is leaving our rivals cold, though Rachel is taking tips from the lack of clutter.
I think with a house being tidy, it does show what space there is. You know, if someone walked into our loft, you know, some people see potential, some people won't.
This house is the most expensive of the three, on the market for £360,000.
That seems quite a lot.
I do think it's overpriced, so I think it should be on for a little bit less.
I think they're going to struggle with that one, personally.
So, although both couples think this house is overpriced, the tidy presentation has forced Rachel to think about the mess back home. And it's her place that's up for a snoop last. This house ticks all the boxes. It's got a huge garden, a fantastic light conservatory and a loft conversion, but its awkward use of space and chaotic clutter could be putting potential buyers off. Let's start in the lounge.
I love the shape of the lounge.
It's a real family house, isn't it?
Yeah, that this is really usable. Decoration, not massively to my taste.
Everyone seems to have a feature wall.
If I don't look at that wall and I just look at the rest, I can imagine more my own things in here rather than the kind of the overwhelming decor that somebody else might choose.
They've got less stuff than us. So, you know, it looks more of an open space because of that. And I think I would try and make more of that space.
This is a really lovely conservatory.
Yeah, you walk in here and all of a sudden it's really bright and airy, whereas just back 5 steps away it was a bit dark and dingy. And
Nice and light and airy.
It's that wallpaper again. I would change that.
The decor's putting off the rivals downstairs, but upstairs there's a different problem.
This is a really messy room. Makes me feel better about my house.
I mean, what this says to me is that there is nowhere to put this stuff, so so storage is a real issue in this house.
It's quite a small room. If they could get some suitcases to put the clothes in, then you'd be able to get in the room to look at it better.
Yeah.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, see, again, this is amazing, and they just need to tidy up a bit.
I like the use of space, but
Very imaginative.
you need small people.
Time to reveal the asking price of £349,950.
It makes me think that our house is about right, although we have a lot less land. I think it's a better layout.
I think it's a little overpriced for that sort of money. You'd want to walk into a place that was ready to work straight away rather than having to spend even any money on it.
Again, neither set of rivals seem to feel threatened, but Don and Barbie have realised how off-putting clutter can be. I'm helping buyers Amanda and Ian, who are looking for a home where they can bring up their baby girl.
5 months ago, Amelia was born. We decided, obviously, from then, just want to expand a bit and have our own place together. I need more parking spaces and a garage.
Our sellers have snooped around their rivals' homes, and now with my help, they'll try to get ahead of the competition.
I think ours is better value for money than either of the other 2 properties.
I'm quietly confident in as much as I think the houses as they are, I would prefer mine.
Once we've cleared the clutter, hopefully taken on board what Amanda has to say.
We're going to win. We're going to win. They should just give up now.
So our sellers have now seen what they're up against, and they've got 1 week and £1,000 to make over their homes and win this competition. And I'm going to give each of them advice on how best to spend their cash, starting at Rachel's house.
What did you learn from looking at the other 2 properties?
That we have much more space here.
Our house is, with the space we've got, we haven't used it as well as we should.
Yes.
I think that's one of the major issues, but...
Most parents want a defined space that they can shut the door on all the mess. Whereas here, you can't shut the door on it.
No.
It would work so much better as if you switch it around. If you have that room down the end there as a children's playroom and set this one up as a dining area.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it'd save money on electricity.
How can we?
Because every time we're in that room, we have to have the lights on.
Right.
We won't have to have the lights on anymore, yeah?
And if you look at your flooring, for example, you've got that beautiful laminate flooring there, then the carpet, then the tiles, so it all feels a little bit disjointed. One of the things I would suggest doing is continuing the laminate flooring in the living room.
Don't like my wallpaper.
The thing is with things like this is that it's a very distinctive style. It would be nice to have both walls painted in a very soft grey.
Okay.
You want to keep it fresh, but don't make it look too cold.
Yeah, no, I can see that being an issue, so I'm happy to change it.
That was a good start, but upstairs I've got a few home truths that may be harder to hear.
What is going on here and here?
These are all, like, stuff they don't use anymore, the children, and I'm selling it.
For the purposes of selling the house, you have to get this cleared. Yep. People will not see past the clutter.
And there's more mess in the loft.
Can you see it now? Imagine if you had a buyer or somebody came to look at it tomorrow and just said, actually, it's a great house, but I'm not buying it because it's so messy.
Yeah, I'd be devastated.
You have a week now, and then I'm going to come back with a buyer. Get moving with it, seriously. I cannot for the life of me understand why they haven't had a single viewer through the door in a whole year. I think they've got a fantastic house. It's really big and it's got bags of potential. But if they want to sell it, they have to tackle that mess, because if they don't, it's going to be on the market for a very long time.
Rachel and Matt use the conservatory as the kids' area, while the dining room is over at the front of the house. I've got a bit of tech to help them visualise my idea to swap the areas round.
So guys, before you start moving all of your furniture around, I just wanted to show you an app that I found that I think is fantastic, because what you can do is you can plan your layout and check that it works and check that it flows before you have to start lugging huge pool tables from one space to another.
I'm nervous about that.
So this is your house as it currently stands. And then, so this is now your playroom, but the way that we've designed this is the pool table moves into there, there's your kitchen, there's the living room, and this is now your very grown-up dining room stroke conservatory. Does it help to see what it could look like before you actually have to start rolling up the sleeves, so to speak?
Yeah, brilliant though. Yeah, definitely.
I think it's good because you wouldn't want to do all that work and then like suddenly that doesn't fit. So
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you.
Before they start moving things around downstairs, they set their sights on sorting things out upstairs.
We've got a charity bag, a keep and still sell bag, and a bin bag.
And a real what was we thinking bag.
Keep focused, guys.
It don't really work, if I'm honest. It just makes you feel a bit dopey.
Less clowning and a bit more clearing, Matt.
That's 4 bin liners of charity. That's without putting all these puzzles in.
Finally, some space.
It's amazing to be able to just get in here, and I think when you got buyers walking around now, they can see, what this room can be used for, whether it's a gym, a nursery, they can see the space in here.
Next time at Mike and Bethan's low-key house. Bethan's out at work, leaving kitchen and bathroom fitter Mike to work from home, on his own home.
So you had a look at the other 2 properties. What did you learn from your experience?
It was really interesting. We've got a really quite minimalist house. There's not a lot of our print on this, and maybe we need to put a little bit of a stamp on it.
Yay, the penny has dropped.
A lot of the time is people tend to neglect hallways and landings as well, but it's the first thing that people see when they come in.
Obviously.
You walk in here and you are immediately hit with a lot of magnolia, beige, white. So you're thinking about changing the colour in here.
We've actually got some paint. I forget which one of these it is.
I like that one.
Yeah.
So something along this line, it's a nice soft colour, I think would work really well.
Okay.
This area here, get rid of this completely and put a radiator cover down there.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Did you say you've got friends that are painters?
I've got a lot of friends in the business, yeah.
Excellent, always useful.
Speaking of friends,
we need to address what we're going to do with these little darlings. This is effectively one giant rabbit hutch. Is there anywhere that you can put the rabbits?
We can try and find
somebody
something we know.
If you're appealing to families, this is a brilliant room to put all the kids' stuff in.
We thought just the stuff they play with on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So it's their room.
This room will lose you a potential buyer.
It was the one thing that we got from looking at the other houses is that we just forgotten about it.
Clear out the bunnies, give it a clean, make it a playroom.
Okay.
Stroke your office.
Yeah, well, the wife would love that, so...
Excellent.
sorry bunnies, but we've got a house to sell. The bathroom's next.
It's very bland in here. I would like to see something along the lines of possibly some colour in here. Paint it a colour. The other thing is carpet.
Well, Bethan would love me to get rid of the carpet as
Please
well.
get rid of the carpet. It's a very dated thing to have carpet in a bathroom. Good lino down on here. Much, much better than carpet.
Yeah.
But all in all, is it something you feel you can tackle?
I can do all that easy.
Easy?
I can certainly find someone who can.
Yeah.
Mike and Bethan have created a lovely family home here, or at least parts of it are lovely. The rabbit room really needs addressing because it would put any potential buyer off. And if they could just inject a bit of warmth and colour into some of the other rooms, I'm confident they will bag themselves a buyer. And one thing they absolutely must do is get rid of that carpet in the bathroom. So before I go, I've got a few lino samples to convince Mike with.
You do this for a living, don't you?
I'm trying not to fit lino. I think it's a bit cheap.
For a lot of people, they have that thing in their head about lino, that it isn't going to look nice, that it is going to look cheap. I think it's come on leaps and bounds. Pick one of these colours, paint the walls like that, and then put this one down on the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, this would take you, how long would it take you to lay this?
Half an hour.
Yes. I'm assuming labour's going to be very cheap.
No, it's expensive around here, actually.
Having finished work and been briefed by Mike on my ideas, Bethan heads off to buy some colourful paint for the bathroom.
I'm not brilliant at choosing colours, which is why my entire house is beige and white, so I'm trying to be a bit braver. Just found a tester pot now for the paints that I think I like. This is what I had in mind, and see, that blends quite nicely with neutral tones, so still a little bit of me in there.
Back home, daughter Jenna helps to try them out.
Okay, so do the same again, but just do it here. Oh, it's even darker.
Can I feel if it's dry?
It's not dry
That
yet.
one?
It'll probably take a couple of hours to dry. Well, that will help. That should speed things up.
We've gone from Bethan the bland to Bethan the bold.
Do you think they're too purple and too dark?
Well, I kind of like that one. But
The purple
I'm
one.
on that one.
Yeah, it is a bit like black. That's what I think. It's almost verging on gothic. Yeah, so it's back to the drawing board a little bit. So we'll persevere with it.
Finally, I'm with Don and Barbie, and their main problem is clear.
So what did you learn from looking at the other houses?
I think our house compares well to the other houses in that we try to get a difference in each room. The other houses, I felt at times it was either the same in each room, or each room was so vastly different that you couldn't see why that room was like that and the other room was
like that.
totally
Okay,
different.
so you feel like yours flows much better.
We like to think so.
Yeah. What it feels like when you walk into this room is that you have a lot of dark furniture, enormous furniture, dark carpet, dark walls. And what happens when you paint below a dado rail with a dark colour is that it shrinks the room and makes it feel very claustrophobic.
Okay.
You need to lighten up the bottom part, definitely.
Is it leave the paper and then go with something different below?
Cold colours like this and dark colours make the room feel much smaller and not warm and inviting. I would be very tempted to get a colour chart and look at it and work at the sort of colours that you like. I would probably suggest putting one of the sofas there. What you don't want to do is when you walk in the door, be hit by a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
All right.
You are selling this house because you've outgrown the space and it screams that that's why you are selling this house.
Okay. Might do the trick.
Barbie, you seem a tad shell-shocked with it all. What's going through your mind?
No, it's not shell-shocked as much as difficult to actually visualise the end result.
So they've got to clear it up before they can do it up, and the theme continues.
So this room was a later addition, wasn't it? You built this yourselves.
Yes.
What I think has happened here is obviously as your family has grown, everything else has grown. There is so much stuff going on in this room that you can't really see the wood for the trees, so to speak.
Right.
Have you seen the storage units where you get the sort of plastic buckets that you can pull out and put all the toys and things in? Something like that would work. Anything that's dark sucks the light in. And what you've got is ostensibly quite a big, light, airy room, but you can't see that because you've got this sort of dark peach on the walls, particularly the sort of terracotta here. I would off-white the whole lot, one of those soft off-white colours, and it would just brighten the place up enormously.
The changes of the colour, that's an easy one, and I can see that would get sorted quite easily. The clutter will be interesting.
Clutter will knock thousands off an asking price.
But it's so much better than it was.
Gotta keep going with that. Keep going with that attitude. This is a brilliant family home and obviously holds some very happy memories for Don and Barbie. However, I have never seen such an enormous amount of enormous furniture and a use of dark colour, which makes it feel very claustrophobic. There needs to be a major rejig and a bit of a paint job for any potential buyer to see this house in its true colours.
With Don at work and with the help of a friend, Barbie cracks on decluttering the sitting room.
I kind of had to bring in the cavalry today to give me a hand, because I can actually do this lifting and shifting on my own, but when it comes to the bits of furniture and whatever in a minute, I couldn't physically do it on my own, so it was, who can I find?
Who's available? It's short notice and very cheap labour. That's me.
We all need friends like Darren.
Just dump it over by the other one for now.
Okey-doke.
This is definitely not going to be here, so let's
No,
move
it's too
that
big.
into here. Yes, I think we're getting somewhere.
Slowly but surely.
Joe. Oh.
This is where I sit, I'm happy.
I'm in Waterlooville, where 3 homeowners have been given £1,000 to make over their homes in the hope of securing an offer from buyers Amanda and Ian.
We feel like we've been looking forever, and we wanted to move last year, but then Amelia came along and we thought, no, we'll wait until after she's born. So we feel like it's been coming for ages.
At Rachel and Matt's disorganised detached house, they're ploughing on with sorting that mountain of mess.
So this is just 3 boxes full of videos. Like party stuff. Like, why have I got things like this?
But she has no doubts that the job is worth it.
For a family, this is one of the biggest selling points of my house. You know, it's such a great space for children. So I think if we can get this sorted, this would be a great feature, most definitely.
With the clutter beginning to look clearer, they head to the shops for laminate flooring.
A traditional oak look, laminate flooring, I'm thinking. Rustic oak, butter oak, almond oak, Canadian. Can you believe there's so many?
After spending just over £300 on cappuccino oak, paint's next, and they've chosen rolling fog.
There are 4 different rolling fogs.
I think she was suggesting a sort of mid-colour anyway, not too dark. So,
spot on.
Yep.
Back at home with the paint bought, Rachel receives some worrying news.
Painter phoned me this morning and he broke his hand in the storm last night. At this moment in time, we have no painters.
If they can't find a replacement decorator in time, then Rachel's first viewing in a year could be a devastating disappointment. Over at Mike and Bethan's house with the rabbits, Mike is beginning his changes to the super low-key decor by installing the radiator cover in the hallway.
Check it out. That's beautiful.
And while Bethan's dad Clive helps out with the painting, Bethan is hopping with excitement about a storage solution for Dudley and Honey.
We're going to build a rabbit warren. And then on top of that, we're going to make like a window seat kind of cushion.
With the help of Mike's carpenter mate Keir.
I've never made a rabbit warren. Made lots of fun things, but this will be a first.
£60 worth of MDF and a jigsaw. And Bob's your tale, they've got a rabbit hutch that will hide them during those viewings.
When Amanda comes, I'm going to tell her that I've rehomed the rabbits, and this will look like a nice window seat, and that's kind of how we'd have it if we had a viewing.
Don't worry, folks, no animals were injured. Dudley and Honey will spend the night here and get tucked out of the way during viewings. The rest of the time, they'll be running amok like before. At Don and Barbie's full to the brim family home, Barbie is on a mission to clear their full house, and she's roped in help from the family.
Today we are helping Mum put all the CDs into one pile, which is a keep pile, and one pile which we're not going to keep it.
And she's also called in a man with a very large box.
This is the container where we're going to put all the stuff that's going into storage. I felt this was the best option, is getting a storage unit delivered here.
The cost of having the box brought to you and taken away again for 3 weeks storage, £147. And with space cleared, decorator Keith can make a start. At Rachel and Matt's disorganised detached house, the mess is receding, but they've still no news on their painter, so they've moved on to prepping for the flooring.
No going back now. How scary is that? Stop, let him bring it back in.
With the laminate down, I've caught up with fitter Chris.
So Chris, laminate flooring, in the old days it had quite a bad rap, didn't it? It was always quite cheap and it used to bow a lot, but nowadays it's really come on, hasn't it?
Definitely. The new ranges, they've got a V-groove now and they're all click systems, so they're a lot better, but the old systems used to be glued down,
right.
And they weren't very good.
How does it compare to the real stuff? Obviously the quality's not as good.
The quality's not as good. It is very, very reasonable in price. The engineered and the solid is very expensive.
And how long would it last?
Yeah, it's about 10 or 15 years at least. It depends obviously how the customer people look after it. But yeah, it's very hard wearing. So yeah, it's very good flooring.
Laminate flooring all the way.
Definitely.
With still no sign of a painter, Matt and Rachel are left with no choice but to take on the redecorating themselves.
Yeah, I like it gutted, but I hear what Amanda says, and no one else seems to like it. So, other than me and my children.
It's the easiest wallpaper I've ever took off.
That's lucky. At Mike and Bethan's, there's been a change of plan for the bathroom.
For the walls now, a complete change of heart. We're now not going with the gothic maroon anymore. That was a mistake.
Let me guess, some sort of neutral shade, perhaps?
I painted it last night and I really like it. It's, to my mind, it's got a classy sort of ivory white.
What else?
And then the last thing I need to do really is get rid of the carpet. I like the carpet.
Sorry, Mike, it's got to go.
I'm using the carpet that was in the bathroom as a rough template to cut the liner a little bit to size, just so that when I get it in the bathroom, it's not really awkward to fit.
Ingenious, he's done this before. Next, Bethan and her friend Becky are creating a seat to go over the top of the rabbit warren.
So now I'm spraying the glue
onto which we will stick the foam.
With the foam in place,
It's the biggest window seat I've ever seen, Bethan. A window sofa. You know me back here, don't do things by halves.
on goes the cover, which Bethan has made from a piece of fabric that cost around £20.
It's not that, it's a little bit sharp. If you stroke it one way, it's nice. If you stroke it the wrong way...
Yeah, you don't want them getting too comfortable.
Well, no, that's what I thought.
Back at Don and Barbie's cluttered house with the sorting done, decorator Keith is making good progress with the painting and doing a very thorough job.
Generally, they say on the tin two to 3 coats. You can get away with 2 coats, but who wants to get away with anything? I like to do 3 good solid coats.
It's nice to see a good work ethic, and Barbie's pleased too.
I think it's looking much better than I thought it would. I could see what Amanda was saying in terms of lightening up the colour, but I couldn't see it in my mind. I'm really pleased that we made the decisions we did on that.
Back with Rachel and Matt, they finished the mammoth paint job in the living room and conservatory.
The last few days have been a bit stressful and hectic.
Yeah, it's a 14-hour day of just constant working yesterday.
Yeah.
All that remains now is to dress the conservatory as a dining room. Rachel's living areas were an undefined mix of stark and dark. Now with the playroom tucked away in the front room and the noisy wallpaper silenced by rolling fog, it's a smart and contemporary living space.
If there was an Olympic event for house clearing, I think you two would have won the gold medal. I mean, just looking around, though, you can see how much better it looks, can't you?
Yeah, really pleased.
I mean, it feels like a proper room now, doesn't it?
After all this, if we don't sell it, I think we'll have the right ump.
Yeah.
Upstairs, Rachel has moved mountains of mess to create a tidy and spacious feel, with the loft room now a clear asset to the house.
Where's it all gone?
Magic wand gone.
I literally don't know how you've done this in a week.
There was a lot that's been binned, just packed away properly.
What makes this a great selling point now is that you have a whole extra dimension and level. I mean, I poked my head in the other room on the way up. I've never seen anyone be able to clear so much stuff in such a short amount of time. That could be a new business for you, house clearance.
Yeah, and then you're back.
Over at Bethan and Mike's, Bethan's dressing the rabbit warren / daybed that has set them back around £400 in total.
We're really proud of it, I think. Do you agree?
It's excellent, yes. It's the best daybed I've made. It's more than a window seat.
It's verging on boudoir now, this room.
Yeah.
Their hallway was an uninspiring mix of magnolia and clutter. Now, fresh tones and a concealed radiator have greatly improved the first impressions of this house.
Hello, walking into a completely different house.
Hello.
It looks brilliant.
It does, it looks better.
Isn't it amazing, though, the difference that a few little touches, radiator cover, got rid of all the swatches on the wall. You pleased with it?
Love it. Definitely. I think it looks really classy now when you walk in.
Their bathroom was bland with a shabby old carpet. By laying lino, they've updated the room, but they failed in their mission to inject some colour.
It's better.
Yeah, much better. Did you want to go all out with the bathroom then?
I wanted to be really brave and do one wall, kind of a plum aubergine colour, and it didn't quite work out. My entire bathroom was almost painted just in testers.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I couldn't stand it anymore, so...
We spent £1,000 on testing.
Yeah.
It looks like
So,
a
you
patchwork
know.
quilt. Please may I see the bunny room?
I think
Am
you
I
should.
going to tread on them? Or have they gone?
They're gone.
Gone.
They're gone.
I'm going in.
Mike and Bethan's spare room was half dumping ground, half pet store. Now with the bunnies tucked away and the debris cleared, they have a clean office / play space.
Oh my goodness! Wow! Yay! It looks incredible.
OK, let me show you the storage.
That is amazing. So whose idea was this?
It was my idea.
And you're very chuffed for yourself, looking at
like myself. It's my idea. We're going to make another level as well, so that'll be caged off, and they'll have another level.
It's a genius idea.
Mezzanine.
It's genius.
A mezzanine for the rabbits, perfect place to relax after having free reign of the house.
By making all of these changes, what you've done is the house from top to bottom is now uniformed and it looks gorgeous. So hopefully you're going to get someone that hates gardening.
Like us,
Like
which
us.
is why we bought it.
They're out there, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just brilliant.
At Don and Barbie's, the whole family is pulling together to get their makeover finished on time. Barbie puts her new rug down in the conservatory and Don makes it home from work in time to touch up the windowsills.
And I think we've done enough to at least know that we've got a good shot at winning.
We've given it our best shot, haven't we?
Yeah.
Can't do more than that.
No.
Clutter, dark walls and big furniture made the small living room feel even smaller. New decor and decluttering makes the whole space feel far roomier.
Now I can tell how hard you two have worked this week.
Thank you.
This just goes to show the difference in rejigging something. Now you actually get to visualise the room, don't you?
Yeah.
And the colour, great choice.
Well, we think it worked.
But
We're-
it's brightened
we're
it
pleased
up,
with it.
it's freshened it
has
up, and
brightened
it's
it up.
made it feel twice as big.
Yes.
Are you pleased with it?
Yes. I mean, we wouldn't have chosen that colour scheme ourselves when we did it because it's not actually that practical for what we were setting up at the time. But in terms of what we're trying to achieve, I think we've done that.
I think that's the point.
It's made a huge difference, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Their conservatory felt claustrophobic, with a dark orange colour scheme and stuff everywhere. Now it's brighter, clearer and shown off to its full potential.
Do you walk in this room now and think you're in somebody else's house? It's totally different.
It
Yes,
is
a bit,
totally
yes.
different. Yeah. It's the colour.
Yes, or lack of, as the case may be.
Yes.
You can see the room now.
We're pleased that it looks such a big open space now.
Yeah.
And hopefully that'll bring someone in and they can see the space for what it is.
You've given people options now with this house, as opposed to, I think before, you were really limiting your market.
Right.
Now you've really opened that market up.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm in Waterlooville in Hampshire, ready to show 3 properties to my buyers, Amanda and Ian. After checking out each other's places, my 3 sellers have been busy improving their properties. Mike and Bethan have tucked their pets away and injected some character into their neutral home.
I've had to make quite a few decisions on my own, and then I've gone off to work, and Mike's had to do quite a bit of the work in the house on his own, and we haven't been able to make a concerted effort together. But we'll be fine. I'm pretty confident, very confident.
Don and Barbie have cleared the clutter to let my buyers, Amanda and Ian, see the house underneath.
I like the way that you can now see the different parts that you can use within this room rather than it just having all our stuff in it. And so, yeah, I'm hoping that it will make the difference.
And Rachel and Matt have tidied and decorated their socks off, as they couldn't find anyone else to do it for them.
For everything that we've done and what we've achieved, I think we've won.
Well, we'll soon see about that, as it's Rachel's house that I'm taking Amanda and Ian to see first.
So by my reckoning, you can get 1, 2, 3, 4 cars there. Is that enough?
Yeah, it should be enough, yeah.
What do you think of the actual house?
Quite an attractive house, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the look of it from the outside.
What this offers is a lot of what's on your wish list. There's lots of places to hide the children as well, so come and have a look.
Inside, the living area has gone from bold but undecided to clear and defined.
I like that.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice and airy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like the way it looks out into the garden.
For me, what works really well with this house is that it's big enough for a big family.
I really like the space.
Good. Ooh, let's go upstairs and see whether the bedrooms work for you. So this is the master bedroom with your own ensuite. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms on this floor. What are you thinking?
It's not as big as some of the bedrooms we've seen, is it?
No, it's not.
It's enough room for 2 people, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, well, if it's space they want, then the once chaotic, now tidy loft room should appeal.
And I think this is the interesting bit, which... See what you think.
Oh, wow.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it goes the whole length of the house. Does this make a difference, seeing this space, then?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
It kind of offsets that master bedroom that I wasn't keen on.
How much do you think this is on for?
I have no idea.
Lower ends of the 300s, I would have said.
It is on at 349,950, so sort of in the middle.
Okay. I think that's quite a good price, actually, for the size. I wouldn't have said that just looking at the front, but now we've been inside. I think that's actually quite a good price for the size of the house.
A lot of positives, but there are still 2 more houses to see. Next, it's Don and Barbie's.
So here's a completely different option for you guys. Initial impressions from the outside, good or bad?
Good.
I want you to see the potential of this house because I think that there are some amazing spaces in here.
Okay.
Right, okay.
So, should we go in and have a nose?
Yeah.
Come on, then.
Let's start with the once dark and enclosed, now open and bright lounge.
This is the lounge. Your face is hilarious. You don't like it, do you?
No.
What don't you like?
It just doesn't feel homely.
This, for me, is the kind of project. You know, you said you wanted something that you could put your own stamp on.
Yeah.
You can put your own stamp on this property. The people that live here at the moment have 3 children, so it's mum and dad and 3 kids. But I hear you. I think the best thing to do is for us to continue looking around, and then we'll have a decision. Your face
Not
is
make a quick judgment.
Yeah, exactly. Slow down.
Let's try the cluttered to clear conservatory.
This room, for me, would make a great family room or a great playroom for the kids.
This makes a lot of difference to downstairs, doesn't it?
You guys don't look as enthralled with this as you did with the house we've just come from.
When we arrived at the other house, we both said we wouldn't have gone in and viewed it, and we're actually really glad we did, because it's taught us a lesson, hasn't it? Because the house was actually really superb. Yeah. Whereas this is the type of house we probably would have viewed, but now we've come in it, it's not what we're looking for, I don't think, no.
I'm not giving up yet. Let's go upstairs.
So it's the master bedroom. It's the bedroom that the mum and dad sleep in. So you've got 1, 2, 3. You've got your 4 beds.
Bedrooms.
It does have its ensuite, which is quite a good size for the ensuite. But what it is quite long and narrow, because this is the room that was above what was the garage. What do you think it's on at?
Around 275 marks, something like that.
Do you reckon that low? No, I reckon it's about 310. 320
Really?
maybe, yeah.
Yeah, your missus is almost bang on, actually. It's 309. Is there any way you could configure it to make it work for you as a family?
I don't think it'd be worth the expense to move, would it? We wouldn't be gaining anything, would we, from what we've already got?
That's fair enough. Can't win them all.
No.
Let's go on.
So 1 possible and 1 less likely so far. Finally, we're at Mike and Bethan's.
So a very different prospect with this property. It does have a garage, which is tucked around the back, and then parking for 2 extra cars. Initial impressions?
I really like it.
Yeah,
I'm
Smiles
excited
back.
to go in.
Nice and bright, yeah.
Yeah. It looks like it's got a bit of character.
Yeah.
Let's get inside and see if the impressions inside match the impressions outside. So you park your car, you come in through the back, you've got your utility room, dump all the kids' stuff, kitchen with an eating dining part.
I like it, don't you?
Yeah, I really like it.
Ooh.
I like the way that it L's off, so you've got the eating area separate.
Yeah, I like it so
Could you
far.
see yourself living here?
Yeah, I can do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is going well. On to the room that was once monopolised by the rabbits. Carrots are on me if you keep stumming here, bunnies.
So come into their office stroke guest bed. I mean, that's a big day bed, so you could use it. There's also storage underneath it.
It'd make quite a good chill-out room for the kids, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Because they could use that as a sofa and you could put their Xbox and stuff up.
Do you like it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it, yeah. It's good. They've used it as a good idea, the way they've done it.
Phew, not a hint of a fluffy tail. Let's go upstairs quickly.
So this is the master bedroom with the ensuite bathroom just through there. What are you thinking?
I like it.
It's got potential.
It's got a really nice feel to it, hasn't it?
I know that you guys have seen this online, haven't you? Can you remember how much it was on the market for?
I think 360, we think, don't we?
Yeah.
£360,000. I can hear the old brains whirring.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I'm thinking about is there isn't one bedroom that stands out as being bigger than the other 2.
No, this is your compromise. You know, you cannot have it all. Right, well, 3 very different properties.
Very different.
Lots to think about.
I think it's clear Amanda and Ian have ruled out Don and Barbie's 4-bed house. So that leaves Rachel's spacious detached house or Mike and Bethan's modern family home.
Now, the detached house with the loft room, what was it that you liked about it?
Space. You know, it was open and we wouldn't have felt on top of each other, would we?
No, you can also hide away in there as well.
Yeah, which is always important. And the modern family home, how was that one?
We both really liked that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
I really liked it from the outside. The only thing that I was thinking about was the bedrooms, not quite, because they're all very, very similar sizes.
Which one would you choose out of the 2 of them?
Practicality-wise, probably the modern house,
Right.
I would have said.
That would be my first choice as well, without any doubt.
So next step, is there going to be a next step? Are you going to go back and look? Are you going to think about it?
I think we need to talk about the modern one maybe, don't we? And look look at the possibility of maybe going up.
The hallway's quite roomy upstairs, so there is room for another staircase to carry on up.
That would sort out the problems of bedrooms, and you'd even have a guest bedroom then.
Yeah. And give him something to do, which he's desperate to do, so...
Well, good luck with it. I'm sure you'll get there in the end, and I'm sure we'll find the perfect house with the garage and the loft room and the ensuite.
Yeah.
All will be well.
Hope so, yeah.
That feels really good, because
Worth the effort.
I worked really hard. Yeah, still going on about that.
A triumphant Mike and Bethan celebrate, while the other sellers are gutted not to be top dog.
Well, it's disappointing, isn't it?
It's disappointing, but we've gained a lot out of it. Yeah. We've got the house looking different.
And if we weren't right for that buyer, hopefully we're right for another buyer.
I'm slightly annoyed by that. Because of the amount of effort we put in this place.
It's been a really good, really good thing to do, and hopefully I'll be able to sell it quite quickly now that we've done this.
Amanda and Ian later decided that, after a lot of deliberation, Mike and Bethan's house wasn't what they were looking for.